Lucy fidgeted with her necklace. 10 years. 10 years since she last saw him. Tonight was the night, the high school reunion. A wave of nausea washed over her. What if he had changed? What if he didn't recognize her? She glanced at her reflection. She wasn't the same girl. Life had happened, yet a flicker of hope remained, buried deep within her heart, a deep breath. She could do this. It was just a reunion, a chance to see old friends, to reminisce about the past. But deep down, she knew it was more than that. It was a chance to see him, Jake, her Jake, the one who got away. The doorbell rang, jolting her back to reality. Her heart pounded. Was it him? No, it couldn't be. It was too early. Taking one last look in the mirror, Lucy smoothed down her dress and headed towards the door. Tonight was going to be a long night. The gymnasium buzzed with chatter and laughter. Lucy navigated through the crowd, her eyes scanning for a familiar face. She saw her old classmates, their features etched with time, yet still holding echoes of their younger selves. Each face brought back a flood of memories, bittersweet and poignant, and then she saw him, standing by the punch bowl, laughing at something someone said. Jake. Even after all these years, her heart recognized him instantly. His hair was a little shorter, his jawline a little more defined, but his eyes, those warm, mischievous eyes, they were the same eyes that had captivated her all those years ago. Time seemed to stop. The crowd around her faded away as she stood there, lost in the sight of him. He turned, and their eyes met across the crowded room. A slow smile spread across his face, and in that instant it was like no time had passed at all. He was still the same Jake. Her Jake. He started walking towards her, his eyes never leaving hers. Lucy's breath caught in her throat. This was it. The moment she had both yearned for and dreaded. Lucy? His voice was deeper now, more mature, but it still held the same warmth that made her heart melt. Jake. Her voice was a mere whisper, choked with emotion. He smiled, that familiar heart-stopping smile. You look incredible. So do you. Her cheeks flushed at the words, and she looked down at her hands. What were they supposed to say after all this time? It's been a long time, he said, filling the silence. 10 years, she replied, her voice gaining a little strength. It feels like a lifetime ago, does it? He took a step closer, his gaze searching hers. Or does it feel like yesterday? His words hung in the air between them, heavy with unspoken feelings. Lucy's heart pounded against her ribs. It felt like yesterday, like no time had passed at all. They talked for hours that night, catching up on their lives, sharing stories, laughing at shared memories. It was easy, comfortable, as if they had never been apart. The years melted away, and it was just the two of them, back in their own little world. As the night drew to a close, they found themselves standing outside, the setting sun casting a warm glow on their faces. I never forgot you, Lucy, Jake confessed, his voice husky with emotion. Not a single day. Lucy's heart skipped a beat. Jake, he took her hand in his touch sending shivers down her spine. I know I let you down all those years ago, but I'm here now, and if you'll let me, I'd like a second chance. Tears welled up in Lucy's eyes. All the pain, all the longing, all the what-ifs of the past 10 years seemed to evaporate into the evening air. She looked into his eyes and she saw sincerity, regret, and a love that had only deepened with time. Yes, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. 1,000 times yes. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Jake leaned in and kissed her. It was a kiss that spoke of years of longing, of unspoken feelings, of a love that had never truly died. It was a second chance at sunset, and this time they wouldn't let it go.